Please subscribe.
The 2020 Audi A8 is a cutting-edge showstopper of a full-size extravagance car. With its screen overwhelming inside and quiet powertrains, the A8 can fall off somewhat cold and sterile from the outset. However, we've gotten used to this tremendous vehicle. We rate the 2020 A8 at 7.2 out of 10, a score put together for the time being with respect to the base V6 fueled adaptations. A8s and S8s with a V8 and another module half and half are increments that will land sooner or later during the 2020 scheduled year. The base car's 335-pole 3.0-liter turbocharged V6 conveys solid quickening and combines uncommonly well with the standard 8-speed program transmission. Deciding on the new mixture will include 108 horsepower worth of lithium-particle battery and electric engine, which cuts the large vehicle's increasing speed times extensively. The 4.0-liter V8 in the A860 and the S8 ought to give exciting speeding up. Ride and dealing with are one-sided towards solace and control, not energetic moves. The up-and-coming S8 may shed the vehicle's calm character, however we question Audi will go excessively far. The standard versatile air suspension is extravagant and cosseting, while the prescient suspension that utilizations different sensors to peruse the street ahead is significantly progressively agreeable. The A8 weighs around 5,000 pounds and comes pressed with a 48-volt electrical framework that enables it to not avoid a beat when the stop-start framework kicks in at stoplights. The vehicle might be overwhelming, however its discretionary back-controlling framework cuts its turning speed nearby and conveys amazing rapid following. The accessible dynamic back differential improves cornering. Also, the current year's new S8 comes standard with those exhibition highlights. Inside, the preservationist lines are counterbalanced by 3 screens that handle for all intents and purposes each capacity. Barely any hard fastens and handles remain, and even the air vents vanish when the vehicle is killed. The A8 is enormously unpredictable, however the 2 screens on the scramble and focus stack give a valiant effort to support drivers and travelers sort through the vehicle's significant highlights. Despite the fact that the A8 can't drive itself, it's a major advance toward that path. All A8s have a propelled program crisis slowing mechanism, while versatile voyage control that can deal with roads turn parking lots easily is probably going to be fitted to most on-seller parcels. A Level 3 framework that takes into account hands-off lower-speed driving isn't yet affirmed for use on American streets. Nonetheless, the 2020 Audi A8 is at home in the automaker's lineup with its cosseting styling. Its look is spotless and preservationist, and we rate it at 7 out of 10 appropriately. A year ago's update included around 1.5 creeps of by and large length. The vehicle's planted looks cause it to seem more extensive than previously, however it's definitely not. In advance, the expansive Audi grille seems to sit nearer to the asphalt, and the thin headlights that encompass it are so complicatedly point-by-point that they're worth assessment all alone. The vehicle's shape has some thrilling quality in its back rump, yet most lines are precise nearly to say the least. At the back, the wide LED taillights make an unmistakable mark around evening time or when opened. Inside, the lodge is commanded by focal screens that dispense with about every single hard catch and handles. The look is practically sterile in its advancement, however hotter inside shades help. Exact lines and delightful fit and finish help the huge car feel justified, despite all the trouble cost of passage. Until further notice, there's only one variant of the 2020 Audi A8 in showrooms, however that will change soon. Our 8 out of 10 rating applies to the 335-torque 3.0-liter turbocharged V6 in the confusingly named A855. It's anything but difficult to envision that figure could climb when we get our hands on the superior S8 that is headed. Regardless of what'll be underhood, the A8 utilizes a tight multi-material structure that sets aluminum with steel, magnesium, and even carbon fiber to shed weight and include inflexibility. Underneath, The accessible dynamic suspension gives a world-class ride as its cameras examine the street ahead and alter the dampers for what the vehicle is going to experience. Taking care of is useful for a major car and strikingly deft with the accessible back hub guiding that can pivot the back wheels as much as 5 degrees the other way of the fronts to fix its turning sweep. Select the dynamic back differential and power is appropriated to the back wheel that necessities at most to support cornering also. Ride quality is smooth in each mode. Underhood, the V6 vaults the large vehicle to 60 miles per hour in about 5.6 seconds as its 8-speed programmed transmission shoots brisk movements. Loping around at simple human speeds, the transmission blurs away from plain sight. All-wheel drive is standard. The V6 is actually a gentle crossbreed, however the 48-volt electrical framework's belt alternator/starter and battery work progressively like a rock-solid beginning-stop framework. The framework works subtly, however we wish there was a low drifting or cruising highlight like that offered to Europeans as it would presumably spare more fuel. The A8 is genuinely frugal for a major car. Just around the corner a 453 horsepower 4.0-liter V8 is headed in what will be known as the A860. Later in 2020, Audi will include a 563 strength rendition of the turbocharged 4.0-liter V8 to make the S8 execution leader. To benefit as much as possible from that power, the S8 will accompany back wheel directing and the dynamic differential. Standard 21-inch wheels will be enveloped by execution tires, and the vehicle additionally incorporates a changed rendition of the versatile suspension. At the far edge of the range, the A860 TFSI is a module half-breed that uses the standard vehicle's 3.0-liter V6 as its beginning stage and includes a 14.1 kWh lithium-particle battery pack put away in the storage compartment. Execution ought to be amazing. Audi recommends under 5 seconds for the 0-60 and efficiency will undoubtedly ascend also. The 2020 Audi A8 is among the most exceptional autos available, however its inside puts forth a valiant effort to quiet and relieve the individuals who have the chance to encounter its multifaceted nature. We start with the normal score and include focuses for the extensive, extravagant front and back seats just as the lavish materials Audi has chosen. That brings the 2020 A8 to an 8 out of 10 for its solace and quality. The front seats include 18-way controls and are enveloped by lavish calfskin upholstery. Cooling, heating, milder stowaway, and much greater change are discretionary for the individuals who must have everything. Back seat riders are blessed to receive magnificent loosen-up space, large entryway openings, and almost the same number of extravagances as those in advance. A discretionary bundle includes warming, cooling, and back rub for the leaning back right back seat, and both secondary lounge inhabitants get their own plate tables and LED lights. The aircraft business could get familiar with some things. Possibly it as of now has. The A8's trunk space is a measly 12.5 cubic feet. Flawless materials wherever hands may wander help legitimize the heavy cost. The A8 is quieted at speed, all the better to appreciate either the standard 17-speaker Bang & Olufsen stereo or the discretionary 23-speaker form. The 2020 Audi A8 is pressed with highlights that help the driver maintain a strategic distance from mishaps. However, it has not been crash-tried by the user. Given its heavy cost and low deals, it's not likely that it'll be exposed to the torrent of tests directed by the protection business or the central government, so we can't appoint a score here. Each A8 accompanies programmed crisis braking, stopping sensors, and a large number of airbags. Most are probably going to be fitted with a bundle that incorporates versatile voyage control with unpredictable for automobile overloads, cross-traffic alarms, and even an admonition that cautions tenants to passing cyclists or autos before they open the entryways. Maybe the most astounding component is that the vehicle can consequently lift its suspension by 3.1 inches on the off chance that it distinguishes a looming side effect so as to give the structure a chance to retain the accident. Encompass C camera and night vision frameworks are discretionary. The 2020 A8 might especially want to drive itself, yet it needs somewhat more practice. The automaker is requesting of lawmakers in the U.S. to take into consideration Level 3 self-driving innovation that utilizations different sensors to peruse the street and drive the vehicle with no human intercession at lower speeds. The framework Audi has created and is trying in Europe cautions drivers of circumstances when they have to dominate, and it can let the vehicle all alone. Horde standard and discretionary highlights guarantee that the 2020 Audi A8 is a true blue lead. Until further notice. There's only one model, and it procures a 9 here with ample bass highlights, cutting-edge interfaces, wide scope of adaptability, and propelled driving advancements. Base autos need for little with their 18-way flexible front seats, versatile air suspension, 3 screens that incorporate Apple CarPlay and Android Auto similarity, 17-speaker Bang & Olufsen sound, all-encompassing moonroof, and unmistakably more. Figure spending about $86,200 for a base A8 55 and more than $10,000 extra for the V8-controlled A860. The forthcoming S8 will cost around $130,500 to begin. Audi has not evaluated the new crossbreed. It's difficult to envision requiring extra highlights, yet few A8s are probably going to do not have any alternatives. We'd positively include the luxury package with its milder calfskin, manufactured softened cowhide main event, aluminum catches, and encompassing lighting. The back hub directing framework and prescient suspension merit requesting for progressively lively drivers also. The 2020 A8 has an intricate innovation story to tell, and its interface will absolutely require acclimation. A 10.3-inch screen on the scramble is combined with a 8.6-inch show on the inside stack. The two work and show to deal with sound, atmosphere, and route capacities. Touchy interfaces imply that capacities, for example, changing the warmed seat's temperature, are as instinctive as holding the virtual catch for a more drawn-out period. Audi's